everyone, and welcome to the 7th IESF World Championship. I am Artosis alongside Rapid, and this is going to be a lot of fun this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, there's been a lot of international competition. We made it through, tons of Swiss rounds yesterday. So if you got a chance to catch any of those matches, they were actually a little bit of upsets. We had Tidler Celestial representing China, actually dropping out in the opening rounds. And
One of the best players in the world, bar none. I mean, this guy's so widely respected. I looked at this list of players. I'm like, okay, this is Tidler's tournament, but
yeah,
no,
exactly.
it is not.
And I think that's what we're discovering over most of the esports is that you may not know the players or have heard of their country's esports infrastructure before. There's still some pretty good players here.
Oh, absolutely. The whole world has a lot of e-gamers in it, and
a lot of people on the planet Earth.
There are, and they like video games, and
you know?
anyone can be good at video games. You don't need to be tall, okay? You don't need to be strong. All you need is a fast mind and fast fingers sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It depends on if I get teammates in team games. I always hope they have that. They never do, and it's a struggle. But a lot of the players here are pretty good at the games that they play. And of course, I think we're going to be casting the Korean representative, Kodulgi. There we go. I was going to get his name right eventually. He's been competing in Hearthstone for quite a while, but let's go ahead and talk about some of the format that we have for today and some of the countries represented.
That's right. As you can see, quite a few countries here. Some you may not really think of when you think of esports that much, but that doesn't mean that they don't have a lot of passionate fans there that can be quite good, especially in a game like Hearthstone where you don't necessarily need a great computer or a great internet connection to become good at this game.
Yeah, all you need is that fast brain. Talking to some of the Israeli representatives, and they're like, it's 5 a.m. in Israel, and they got rooms full of fans just watching, cheering on their players. And here are the groups. You can see advancing out of those groups. Kodulgi, the player that we're going to be casting here a little bit later. d00m1n80r, of course, coming out of Group B to face off against him.
Yeah, and it looks like Pompey, that's the Filipino flag, isn't it?
Right.
They've been doing very, very well so far in this tournament. We already have a Filipino player in the top 4 of StarCraft as well, taking down the legendary Romanian Night End in that round of 8.
Wow. So already some impressive results coming through there. You can see Lita advancing as well. Moody making it through from Romania. And then, of course, the matchup that we'll be casting here, Korea versus Serbia.
That's right. And, this is going to be an interesting one because this is Korea's home turf. Kodulgi, he is not going to be jet-lagged at all. He's going to be very comfortable eating his normal food each and every day. But this Serbian player is just trudging right through this bracket.
Yeah, absolutely, and it should be, notice this is the second day of the tournament, so some of the players have had time to maybe reacclimate themselves, sit down, play some Hearthstone, get used to the way that things are going on here. And it does look like we should be getting ready for that game here in just a minute, so I'm excited to actually cast some Hearthstone here.
Yeah. It's been a while for me to cast a bit of Hearthstone. I'm really excited. We do have all these new sets that have been coming out. The Grand Tournament, of course, we have League of Explorers that's still being released. Literally the third wing up happening later today, so that's pretty cool.
I was really afraid that we were going to have brand new cards I've never seen before come out. I was like, what does this do? But it should be still on the old set of cards, or the second wing set of cards. So not too many surprises, although it's still relatively new. It came out a week ago or 2 weeks ago, so it has not been out for a while. Still a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Well, as we see here, it's going to actually be Warlock and Hunter for Korea, and Serbia are going to go ahead and use Paladin and Druid. So some completely different decks, guys. This is Conquest. Once you win with a deck, you aren't going to use that one anymore, and obviously you got to beat both your opponent's decks.
Right, and it's Conquest in a best of 3, so I don't think I've quite seen that combo before. It's going to be a little bit interesting, but yeah, you do have to win 2 out of your 3 games. It's best of 3, so.
Yeah, well, we will see how it goes for these guys. Do you have a prediction here?
I had a friend ask me, it's like, well, what country really wins IESF? And I was like, well, for the last 3 years, it's been Korea. So I think that's a fairly safe bet, but that's how you wind up losing a lot of bets. You just take the safe options. So I don't know. That's
definitely true. I mean, I think that this year we could have an upset. I don't know that Korea is definitely going to win, but if I look at the classes that they're playing, of course, we don't know exactly what decks they're bringing with these classes, but I mean, the Serbian player does have Paladin.
Oh my gosh.
And there's like a pretty cool minion that, you know, it's pretty strong in this deck. Let's take a look. Oh, there he is, Mysterious Challenger.
What do you know? And wait, there he went. Okay, usually a good card to keep in your opening hand, and it does look like with the Secret Keeper, this should be a deck that incorporates a lot of Paladin secrets.
No doubt about that. All right, so it looks like it will be Hunter against Paladin to start off here. And, well, you know, Secret Pally, I'm sure you all have played against it a lot. What a fun deck, am I right?
You've all lost to Secret Paladin a lot. To be fair, Hunter used to be that deck that you play and hate to lose to over and over again. But with the Web Spinner and some other options, this does look like it's going to be a slower Hunter deck. So we'll see what we have coming out here from Serbia.
Probably not a complete base deck with a card like that. So, but you know, these are definitely a couple of decks that we all love to play against on that ladder. So let's see. Looks like the game has already started, and some early pressure on that board right now.
What do you know? A Paladin able to play minions on turn 1, and then turn 2, and then turn 3. Well, okay, well, you don't see a turn 3 minion.
Well, I mean, he's got dudes in this spider, so I mean, yeah, it should be all right.
Yeah, if you don't have a minion to play, then just use your hero power. It's a pretty good hero power.
Well, looks like he did get that 4 off of that Web Spinner that you had noticed before, and this is one of my favorite new cards.
Oh my god, I love the discovery features. It's like it's like a Nestle Wonder Ball. You know, open it up and see what's inside. And turns out it's going to give you some nice drops. And while we get everything back up there, we're hopefully going to be seeing the conclusion of this match. I want to see what he discovers. It's a pretty cool Scarab, but
well, definitely a fun card to play with that discovery mechanic. You know, I just opened up the wings a few days ago. I've been so busy with some other games, but it is just an absolute blast. But we're going to go ahead and get that game back on the screen for you guys. There we go.
I'll give you a hint. Paladins like to play this one card on turn 3. Doesn't matter if they don't have it in their hand, right on turn 3. You know what card they're going to draw?
Silverback Patriarch.
Close. Not quite. Able to muster for battle on turn 3. It's like turn 1, 2, 3, and already so much tempo here for Duminor.
Pretty crazy, actually. And if you look at this, look at that. It's a sick hand for our Paladin.
He's just got everything he could possibly want. It's like, can you get a better curve here? He's got the option to just go Blessing of Kings on the Divine Shield, or kind of spread the strength out there on the board.
Yeah, and our Korean player, Kodulgi, is going to be kicking himself that he didn't go ahead and just play Unleash. Look at that board.
I mean, it's going to be a pretty good Unleash board here, but at the same time, like, last turn was the turn to do that.
Exactly. It's, but I guess we'll just see what he does from here. He's thinking about doing it, but maybe just going to go ahead and develop a weapon. He's in a very tough spot, though. It's really looking fantastic for our Serbian player.
Right. With turn 4 plays, there's even kind of a turn 5 if you want to play, get down, get that Noble Sacrifice out there. But, oh man, Piloted Shredder coming in. That's a pretty good card to drop down there. Like, oh my goodness. If you're Kodulgi, you're just looking at this. You can see he's sort of stuck in thought. He's like, well, how do I really come back from this? It's so difficult to deal with. When you're playing a Hunter and you have a lower life total your opponent, like, it's got to feel bad, man.
Well, I mean, if you're playing Hunter, you want to be in control at this point with your opponent removing minions. But the fact that we have this much out and no real way to remove it, I don't know, man. This is really tough. And there comes the Unleash.
There's a little bit of value coming in there. It's gonna proc the trap, and I mean it feels good to get that one out of the way. But I'm not sure how many 1/1s you're gonna need to summon to come back in this game.
Yeah, quite a few, I think.
Like infinite dogs.
From what I see, even though, these Silverhand recruits are normally 1/1s, this one here is a 5/4, so how many 1/1s would that take to kill? Like 10, 11 1/1s?
Oh my god. So many all the 1/1s. Well, with the Sweetle Sniper, he can
aim his Silverhand recruits.
He can turn the dudes right at the dogs, and he's just like fire the 1/1s out there. I don't even know if there's an interaction with that. I don't think so.
There is, and I've tried it.
Just like throws the dude right out there.
Sweetle Sniper is really meant for... You can't armor up minions, for instance, if you get it out of a shredder for
They should make that like the new... what's the card that augments your hero power?
Oh god, yeah, the... I play with it. True Silver, True Heart...
Just the card True Heart. There you go, yeah. The card that never lives but makes your hero power totally broken. And there you go, the first win on the board for d00m1n80r.
Wow. All right, well, that is a very strong win from what is probably the strongest deck right now in Hearthstone. Secret Paladin, definitely one of, if not the best deck. So, you know, that's... At least it's out of the way for our Korean player.
You got to feel good about that for the Conquest format. It's like, okay, you lost to a strong deck, but now you've got a chance to come back.
Yeah, and you know what? His other deck is Druid, and we don't know exactly what form of Druid, but in general, I like Hunter against Druid decks.
Right, and especially this kind of Druid, it's very, or this kind of Hunter, it's it's going to ramp up. You start with your web spinners and you move on up to just playing a lot of really high value minions. But for Druid, it hasn't really changed too much over the most recent wings.
We've seen a little bit of aggro Druid lately. Every now and then a Leper Gnome will come out and you scratch your head a bit, but no, I mean, the Druid has stayed pretty tried and true for quite some time.
Right. I mean, there are a few variations. You can get some Astral Communion Druids out there. 10 mana super early, but you have no cards in your hand. You're like, I don't know how to make that work. But yeah, either aggro Druid
Tree of Life Druid, that's my favorite.
Oh my god. You play Tree of Life and you get, not Bram Bronzebeard, Reno Jackson in your hands. Like,
who needs Reno when you have Tree of Life for 9 mana?
I mean, if you run both of those, you're just like, how much damage can you really do with a deck? Has science gone too far?
Science gone too far. That's one of the questions we have to ask ourselves.
Every day.
Yeah.
I wake up, I put my pants on, I'm just like, has technology no, not really. But for Hearthstone, sometimes you get those wings with those crazy new cards. I know I've seen some like really absolutely ludicrous Bram Bronzebeard strats. Like when you play your Twilight Drake out and you're just like, wait a second, how much health does this guy have now? It's like
good 18 health on him or something. Oh my god,
disgusting.
Crazy.
So well, I do think we have Warlock being played by the Korean player. So.
Oh, okay, so he switched over to his Warlock deck here. Oh, that's... Oh, no,
he does have it available.
Yes,
but also
yes, his other is Warlock.
So this does look like it's going to be a little bit more of like the ramp Druid coming out here, so we shouldn't see anything too exciting early on, but we'll see if he's a good Druid player and draws the ability to have way more mana than he ever should be. What do you know? In his opening hand, we'll be able to show that up there in just a second.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and throw that on the screen, guys, but it is a first turn Wild Growth coming out, and well, I mean, coining into Wild Growth when you have, you know, a couple of piloted shredders it can be good.
Right. I mean, usually you want to use that on turn 2, so then you skip directly to the turn 4. Do not pass go. Do not. Well, I guess you do collect some extra mana, but going in out turn 1, I mean, you just want to get that extra mana as fast as possible, even if you can't really play anything on turn 3.
Well, it looks like we're going to go ahead and have a Misha roll. At least
it's not Leon. I thought that card only summoned Huffer.
I thought it only summoned Leon.
Okay.
Oh,
so it always summons Leon for me.
You play against Hunter, and I play Hunter.
There you go. That's how you can tell the difference.
That's our problem.
Well, you look at the board right now, it actually looks like, you know, Hunter's had the better curve this game, which is kind of surprising against Druids who are used to having pretty good curves themselves.
But, you know, this is looking right now for our Serbian player very, very good. I mean, that is not a bad drop at all in that Armani Berserker, and to have that big taunt out, it looks like he can't get through to it right now anyways.
Yeah, it's kind of the struggle of a lot of Hunters, like how do you get through these big taunts? We might even see, as you know, he's got a lot of 7 drops in his hand, maybe an Agent of War come out later on that's even more difficult to get through.
And you know what, with Emperor Tarzan coming up right now and the fact that he has Dr. Boom, you know, Dr. Boom on turn 7 is basically the dumbest thing in all of esports. But what about on turn 6 Rapid?
Oh my god, it's way too strong there. I mean, he even could have played like another Wild Growth and gotten it on like, turn 5. Like, oh my god, I don't even want to think about that.
Let's not even talk about that.
Yeah, we already had Secret Paladin.
This has to say G-rated for the kids at home.
You just cannot show 5 mana Dr. Boom out there. It's going to be 6 if he just plays this on curve. And what do you know? He likes turn 6 6 mana Dr. Booms, and Oh, there you go. Oh my gosh. So that's we saw the Hunter ahead for like a turn. You're like, oh my goodness, what's happening? Didn't last for long.
Not over yet, though. I mean, he does have the bow. He does have some good secrets here, and that's a nice player there. The kill command going to be able to take out Emperor Tarzan and not allow him to make that hand any cheaper than it already is.
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's the problem. You feel really good about it. You took out Emperor Tarzan, and now all of a sudden you're like, well, wait a second. Now, how do I kill that which has no life? Dr. Boom. Coming out there onto the field, you're just like, okay.
Dude, I'm confused at what turn this even is right now. With
I'm totally lost. It's like, it feels like it's turn 6, but there's actually 8 mana on the board. It's like, where did it all come from? Where did it go?
I mean, turn 7 Dr. Boom, already the best play in the game. Well, I guess not compared to turn 6, but look at that. Clearing that board right out. Man.
It's like, how do you even deal with that? You know how you don't deal with that? With young Dragonhawks.
Certainly not.
It was like, all right, here's the counterplay to Dr. Boom. No, it's not going to cut it. And so now 9 mana and a 7/7 on the board. Like, he doesn't even need to play cards at this point. He just hero powers.
You know, this is, it's looking pretty good. I think he's even going to charge this, perhaps. Test? Oh, no, I guess not, but, might have tested for freezing trap there to keep his 7/7 out.
That's true. I mean, he's going to play the Raptor, so even if, if it's explosive, that dies, and he still gets another, 1 drop off of it. But unleashing the Hounds for 3, but he also gets some daggers. So we'll see where it hits. Hopefully, it's going to hit on to, I guess, what's the best outcome here? I guess it would have killed off the, he gets another 3 daggers.
Yeah, let's have some more dogs here. See where these knives go. Oh man, he's gonna have to run like all of them into this taunt.
Another taunt comes out. Oh my god.
You gotta be kidding me here. What?
Well, he's gonna hit that with the bow, which kind of feels bad, man, but all the dogs. I always like to envision Hearthstone in real life. It's just like, all right, dogs, your job is to run straight into that bear. Like, I don't know.
Well, they are man's best friend. So as we see here, doing a lot of damage to that, taking it down, the Druid of the Claw. But
oh my god!
Still, this is a lot of damage on board, and he drew off of that. I thought for sure he was going to save that for life gain at this point.
Yeah, I mean, 16 health. It's not like you're going to die.
One card in hand.
Right.
It's cool.
I mean, how bad can that 1 card really be? I mean, Freezing Trap's good to have, and it's actually going to send Dr. Boom back to the hand. But, I mean, with 9 mana, you can actually just play that next turn.
Yeah, it's no problem at all.
Oh, my gosh. So, a little bit of a difficult board to deal with, and, I mean, what can Kodulgi really draw at this point?
It's pretty tough. You need some quick shots coming up back-to-back, I think, here. That's when you can really pull the miracles out, but... Let's see what he gets. Is that a weapon? Oh, that's a strong draw right there.
So he's going to be able to play another Freezing Trap too, so something's not going to be able to hit the face. And it's actually Hunter a higher life total now.
Yeah, and this is a lot of damage coming in with Freezing Trap slowing him down this much. And getting the extra charge on the bow, he's actually hitting lethal range super fast here.
I mean, Dr. Boom is 9 mana, so if you play that, that's your only play for the turn. And you might actually just die next turn. I totally agree with what you were saying about Ancient of Lords. Like, why not just play it safe, get the extra health, and keep yourself from dying?
Yeah, you always got to assume that Hunter can bring you very close to the end of your life total quite quickly. And in a Hunter or a Druid deck like this, your only life gain is generally going to be 2 Ancient of Lords. So
or Tree of Life. Yeah. We were talking about that earlier.
Maybe if I'm playing the Druid deck, I don't think Doominator is going to be playing that card.
You say that, then he draws it, and you're like, oh my goodness, I've been totally mind-gamed here.
Fantastic plays.
So he does draw into Innervate. That's going to free him up, essentially undoes the Freezing Trap if he wants to play Dr. Boom. But
I think he also had to, well, I mean, I guess he goes away, but...
So wait a second.
That bow coming up for more... I mean, that's... Look at this. He's got 8 damage that you can see right now, so you have to attack in. You can't deal any more damage to him really right now, unless you want to use your half of your combo piece.
Yeah, exactly. And if he probably runs at least 2. I know most Druid decks that I've seen run 2, but he doesn't even have the second part of the combo in hand either. He does have both of those Innervates, so theoretically he can throw a lot of stuff out there on the board. He just has to worry about not dying next turn.
All right, well, Dr. Boom is going to come out. It is definitely time for Innervates as well. Up to him if he wants this one or the Azure Drake. Oh, okay. I like this move, actually,
Getting the extra armor from the hero power, so...
He's got to basically use that hero power every turn, I would say, at this point, just for the extra buffer.
All right, where are those double quick shots at?
I know,
They're
right?
in there.
Hey, if he draws 1, that's 8. So.
Oh my goodness.
And once he
get
off
Lotheb,
that's not it.
Not gonna cut it.
And that is a hell of a lot of damage out there. Oh my god.
Yeah. So let's see, what is that? 9 and 9, 18 plus 1 hero power.
Okay, Doomsayer at one time.
You're kidding me! Oh my god!
Oh my god, the Doomsayer, are you kidding me?
Doominator is like completely destroyed right now. What even happened? How often do you really call that?
Well, I mean,
what else could it have
is
been?
the ultimate thing. Like, that was the only way to win this game. And the thing is, I look at this, yeah, I think he's going to win now.
Oh my god. Some artist made the decision to not draw the troll face on Doomsayer.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that was the only thing that could happen to save him. And that is, how many 2-drop minions are there in the game right now? It's a hell of a lot. That is crazy.
And you can just see, he's got his head in his hand. He's like, come on, man. He just shakes his head. What on earth is happening? Bombs to the face. Wow, he gets 8 damage. Oh.
Well, you know what? He deserved that 8 damage.
I was going to say, it's kind of karma coming back for him there.
Yeah.
He gets the Doomsayer, but he gets 8 damage off those boom bots, and now... Wait a second, is that... Okay, no, there's Lotheb out there, so he can't play anything else.
The Lotheb, if he hadn't done that, he dies that turn as well.
Oh my, this game is so crazy.
Yeah, if he draws quick shot, that's not quick shot.
That is not a quick shot, so...
Oh, man.
Oh my god.
This looks like it's going to be a very quick series.
He actually just dies.
That's it.
Doomsayer notwithstanding, that is going to do it. Doominator, so frustrated at that last turn. Even draws that combo right on turn, but it doesn't even matter. Force of Nature in there for the win, and Doominator will take out Korea's Hearthstone representative.
Wow, and that is it. 2-0. Serbia moves on. And I don't know, how well is Korea going to do this year in the IESF in their hometown?
I was going to say, this is a home field advantage.
Yeah.
Korea's won, I think, the last 3 IESF tournaments in a row, and now Serbia making a big move.
Yeah, they certainly are. So some great play here by Doominator. Brought a couple very solid decks, and it served him so well. Meanwhile, Korea eliminated from Hearthstone.
Wow,
Didn't think I'd say that so quickly.
I was going to say, that's a big statement to make. Kodulgi, you can see, he's still kind of stunned there, just sitting in his booth trying to think over what happened. But man, for Serbia, you got to know that, watching from across the world, there's tons of Serbian nerds out there super happy right now.
Certainly the case, and it looks like it's going to go ahead and be Serbia against Romania in the next round.
Okay, and he'll be facing off against Moody, the Serbian representative. Meanwhile, on the other side, we've got Lita taking on Pompey.
I'm actually interested to see how well Philippines is going to do this time, because we have a player in top 4 for 2 games right now for them.
That's actually really impressive. The Philippines, really good showing here this year's IEF. Possibly able to make a big run of their own. So
possibly.
I mean, you look at the bracket, I wouldn't necessarily predicted the way that this has worked out. That's the great thing about, Hearthstone. If you're, strategically smart enough to play this, doesn't matter what country you're from.
Absolutely.
You got a lot of potential there, and so
if you have a snail internet connection, you can become a Hearthstone pro.
If you can hear your internet connection turn on, that's going to be pretty crazy. But yeah, really interesting result there. Serbia moves on. That's going to do it for Hearthstone for today.
Indeed it is. Very, very fast, but it looks like our next match is going to be coming up very quickly here. It's going to be in StarCraft 2. It is our last quarterfinal match. It's going to be Korea's last representative in StarCraft, Aphrodite, one of the best female players in the world, going up against Seoul, a young gun from Finland. So guys, don't go anywhere. That's going to be next. And we will be right back here at IESF, the 7th World Championship. Thanks for watching, and let everyone know that we're on.